What is up, everybody? My name is Josh, also known as TheJoshWatson, and today we're going to be doing our second ever Q&A video here on the channel. Make sure to drop a thumbs up, and let's get right into this. So just as a quick reminder, any of you that have any other questions that you would like in the future Q&A video, make sure to leave them either down in the comments or connect with me on Twitter at TheJoshWatson. You can tweet them to me at TheJoshWatson, or you can use hashtag AskJosh. Our first question comes from Max. He says, do you think you'll ever get back into Minecraft? That is a really good question. If you guys don't know, I used to stream Minecraft on a daily basis. A couple of months ago, I streamed Minecraft in the mornings, and then I would stream zombies in the evenings. School started back up in like September, and so that's kind of when I stopped doing that. Simply because, you know, like everybody's in school in the mornings, and so the Minecraft viewership just wasn't there. Also, my PC has a bit of a hard time playing a video game and streaming a video game at the same time, because both of those are very processor and graphics intensive. So anyway, it's a little bit tricky. If I get a better computer, then I'd definitely be down to try streaming it, or at least recording it again. And just see what you guys think about it. See how the viewership responds. So it's definitely a possibility, but it's not like a scheduled thing right now. So our next question comes from Ruben. He says, who is your celebrity crush? I've had crushes on a number of celebrities throughout the years, but probably my biggest celebrity crush, and the one that still endures to this day, is Emma Watson, the girl who played Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series. I was a huge Harry Potter fan, still am, and when they announced they were making the movies, and I saw like the first very ever photos of the cast, and I was like, oh man, they got a really pretty girl to play Hermione. Obviously, like back then, I you know, she and I are about the same age, and so I was, you know, about 10 or 11 at the time, and she was about the same age, and I was like, man, that girl's really pretty. And then as through the years, as you know, we kind of grew up with these actors and these characters, you know, I still, you know, she's a gorgeous woman, and I still to this day have an enormous crush on her. She's a, you know, we have the same last name, so you know, if we ever did get married in, you know, a crazy imaginary universe, which I don't know that I would actually want to marry her, to be completely honest, but if we ever did, you know, nobody would have to change their name, so there's a plus there. So Broke Panda Gaming says, what custom zombies map do you recommend? There are a lot of really good custom zombies maps out there, and I recommend just going and you know, exploring the world of custom zombies. But obviously, I mean, Fabric der Untoten has been played a ton. It's a fantastic map, really cool. But one map that I discovered is just called Night of the Living Dead. It's a remastered Nacht der Untoten. It's still a work in progress, but if you go look it up, it's a fantastic map. He's not only has he just remastered the map, he's actually added onto it, and is continuing to add onto it. And he's, you know, he's got perks in there. So far, he's got just the original 4 perks of Quick Revive, Juggernaut, Double Tap, and Quick Revive. But he is going to be adding Pack-a-Punch. He's going to be adding an Easter egg in there and expanding the map so you can actually go outdoors. It's a fantastic map. I really recommend going and doing that. I'm going to be playing that on my channel in a pre-recorded video very soon. So Master Chief asks, would you rather be armless or legless for a day? That is a good question. I mean, it's only for a day, so really neither would be terribly inconvenient if it was timed correctly, because if it's a day when I don't have to do a lot, neither would be terribly inconvenient. Not having arms would definitely be much more convenient, or sorry, much less convenient. Not having arms would suck. Not having legs, honestly, I don't think would be that big of a deal for a day. Obviously, it'd be a huge deal for an entire, you know, your entire lifetime. But just for a day, honestly, most of what I do doesn't really. It wouldn't be terribly inconvenient to not have legs, just because the majority of my work day is spent here at this computer, working on stuff. You know, emailing, editing. You know, doing YouTube related stuff, streaming, obviously, and so all of that requires my hands to type on my computer, but and to game and things like that. But none of it actually requires my legs. So honestly, it wouldn't be that inconvenient to not have legs for a day. So our final question comes from It's Just Tree, and he says, "How do you grow as fast as you on YouTube?" For those of you that don't know, my channel has been growing fairly quickly lately. There was a point where I got nearly 100 subscribers in under 48 hours, which for a small channel is a very big deal. And so, but obviously there are many people out there, even small channels, that are growing much faster than I am. But for a small channel, I have had some pretty good success pretty quickly. There's a number of things that I attribute to my success. The first and foremost would be really good titling, and combined with good descriptions and really good thumbnails. Obviously, my thumbnails are something that's very, very important to me. I put a lot of time and effort into them, and I would recommend that if you're wanting to grow on YouTube, get Photoshop, or there are some free alternatives out there. There's specifically a program called GIMP. I would look into that, and then get some training on that. There's lots of free classes that you can take online to get good at Photoshop and/or GIMP. And so that's my first recommendation. My second recommendation, like I was saying, is title and description. So often I see people that the title of their video is just Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is good. You want to have the name of your game in your description, but then you got to have a reason for people to click on your video. There's got to be something unique, something interesting, something eye-catching about both your thumbnail and your title. And then very, very importantly, in your description, you want to have what's called metadata, which is basically where you're going to make sure you have the title of your game, any keywords that people might search, things like gameplay, other things like that. You're going to want to make sure that you include those types of words in your description, because that's just more information that YouTube can kind of categorize your video and rank it within search results and suggested videos. And so that's, those are some of the big things that you can do. My next suggestion, I've talked about this a couple times on stream, is social media. You want to be really, really active on social media. You want to make a Twitter account for your YouTube channel. You want to be really active on there. Use a lot of hashtags. Use trending hashtags, especially surrounding the games that you're playing and surrounding just the gaming and YouTube industries in general. Make sure you're checking what those trending hashtags are and using them so that people can discover your videos and your posts on Twitter. Another thing I highly recommend doing is joining some Facebook groups, or some Twitter groups, Snapchat groups, whatever social medias you want to use. Make sure that you join groups within those that are surrounding your specific target audience, if that makes sense. Basically, like I'm in a ton of video gaming forums and some Call of Duty forums and some zombies playing forums on Facebook as well as Twitter, and I go and post my videos in a bunch of those forums every single time that I stream and every single time that I upload a video. And so that's one of the huge ways that I'm bringing in new viewers, is that people see my thumbnail, because I always post my image, my thumbnail, with any of my links that I post, and then I post a little hey, I'm streaming right now, we're doing such and such a challenge, come check it out and say hi. And then I'll post the link, and I'll also post my thumbnail to make sure, and rather than just letting it auto-populate my thumbnail for me, I will actually upload my thumbnail specifically to make sure that it looks the way that I want it to, and the image shows up nice and clear, rather than, because sometimes it'll crop it in weird ways that you don't want, and because you've put all that time into your thumbnail, you want people to see it. And so that's one of my main suggestions, and that's one of the reasons I was able to grow very early on and get lots of people in my streams within a couple of weeks of being on YouTube. Is because I was posting in all of these forums all over the internet to get people into my streams, people to go, hey, I've never heard of this guy. He's got a great thumbnail. He's got an interesting title. Let me click on his video, because obviously people aren't going to be seeing you very much in the search results if you're a tiny channel. And so what you have to do is you have to figure out, where is my audience hanging out online, and you have to go put your video in front of them deliberately to get them to click on it. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have more questions about this, or there's anything you want clarified about this specific thing of how to grow fast on YouTube, you're welcome to put those questions down in the comments, or you can get in touch with me on Twitter as always. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for this special Q&A video. If you guys have more questions for me, make sure to leave them down in the comments below, or send them to me on Twitter at TheJoshWatson, or you can use hashtag AskJosh. There's lots of ways to get in touch with me. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure to drop a like. I will see you guys in the next one.